So when my third grade teacher tells us to bring something from home for show and tell, I ask my mother if I can take one of her power-serving Statue of Liberty tennis trophies. But she says, better to ask my dad if I can take his baseball autographed by Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. And then she adds, I think he pitched for Babe Ruth's team. What? My dad shakes the wrinkles out of his newspaper. The ball's from an exhibition game we played in Santa Barbara after the 27 World Series, my father says. I was in the Navy and Ruth came aboard our ship to get a team of sailors to play against Lou Gehrig's team of locals the next day. Can I take the ball to school for show and tell? Only if you promise not to let any of those kids get their greasy fingers on it, because that baseball could be worth something someday. Then he tells me the details of how he pitched for Babe Ruth's Bustin Babes against the Larrapin Lou's in 1927. The class loves my dad's baseball story, and I don't let anybody touch that ball either, like he says. Well, except for Amy Luce, the prettiest girl in school. At lunch, she touches my arm. Can I hold your baseball? Sorry, Amy, I promised my dad I wouldn't let anybody touch it. Trade you for a kiss, she says, and then, standing on her tiptoes, she gives me my first best kiss ever. My dad seems to wonder why I'm grinning so much as I hand him back his ball, but he doesn't ask, and I don't tell either. Fast forward 50 years, and I need some capital for my new computer business in San Diego. We never look at your dad's autographed baseball, my wife says. Why not try eBay with it? Okay, but let's drive up to Santa Barbara first and look up newspaper stories about the game put on eBay. Scrolling through microfiche archives of the Santa Barbara Morning Press to October 26, 1927, I find a piece about how Babe Ruth recruited his team of sailors for the exhibition game. When Ruth heard there were some really good ball players aboard the battleship Colorado anchored in the bay for Navy Day, he rented a skiff and brought along a bag with a bat, some balls, and a catcher's mitt. Here you got a pretty good pitcher, Ruth says, and the sailors push one of their own forward. Well, let's see what you got, Ruth says, tossing him a ball. In the skiff on the way back, the Sultan of Swat grabs this reporter's arm and says, promise me you won't write about me getting struck out 3 times in a row on the deck of the USS Colorado, because I don't want the Larrapin Lou's to know what they're in for tomorrow. The Santa Barbara Daily News has the best inning-by-inning synopsis of the game. When Lou Gehrig digs in at the plate, Ruth's pitcher Cummins throws him some kind of slow ball, and Gehrig swings and misses. The next pitch is another slow ball, and Gehrig swings again harder and misses. Then turns to the umpire and politely asks him to examine the ball. This causes Ruth to come off first and have an animated discussion with his pitcher, probably pointing out that Yankee fans have paid $1 to see Yankee stars hit home runs, not get struck out. The next pitch is a fastball right down the middle that Gehrig hits over 500 feet out into the parking lot, where it lands on the hood of a car. Interviewed after the game, the owner says, hell no, I'm not having that dent taken out. I'm damn proud to have it. In the top of the 6th, Ruth leads off with a towering home run into the bleachers that ties the game 6-all, and then his pitcher Cummins scorches a triple down the right field line and scores on a sac fly. So the score is 7-6, the Bustin Babes up 1. Then in the bottom of the 6th, Gehrig scorches his own triple down the left field line, but loses concentration while doffing his cap to the admiring crowd and steps off the bag. Seeing an opportunity, pitcher Cummins tosses the ball underhanded to his third baseman, who puts Gehrig out with a tag. Before the 7th inning can get started, a thunderstorm blows in with lightning, and the game is called. The final score, Bustin Babes 7, the Larrapin Lou's 6. Back home, I write up the story of the game for eBay, including a picture of the baseball and a photo of my dad between the Bambino and the luckiest man on earth. The first bid I get is a shocker from a Japanese industrialist baseball fan. How much? Well, let's just say after I buy 21 computers for my business, there's enough left over for a nice summer trout fishing trip to Montana. My father died of a heart attack when I was 8, and one big regret I have about this baseball story is I wish I would have told him when I gave the ball back that day how that ball got me the first best kiss from the prettiest girl in Bayview School. He would have been happy to know that his autographed baseball was worth more than just something someday.